welcome to you, our welcome. We're glad that you could come, welcome. We all are here to bring you some cheer. Happy to see you, sorry no hard booze or beer here. Docents and students, you're waiting to hear what we are here stating. This is no joke, on laughter you'll choke, 'cause each and every one of you will take a poke at welcome to your hour, welcome to our FASAD. We'll promenade at our FASAD. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Sorry, no hard booze or beer here. Docents and students, you're waiting to hear what we are here stating. This is no joke, on laughter you'll choke, 'cause each and every one of you will take a poke at welcome to your hour, welcome to our FASAD. You'll promenade at our FASAD.
Hello there, my name is Henry Mitchell, Ph.D. I'm just a poor country boy from McDonald County, Missouri, who makes $1,000 a year introducing university hours. As associate provost, I need plenty of spare time to solve difficulties. Like the time the provost left. Well, that's an hour in itself. Anyway, here I am doing my usual good job. As you've seen, you've been welcomed by those 4 nice Jewish boys to this university hour.
Henry Mitchell.
Who is that?
Henry, this is God. Don't you recognize my voice?
Yes, Dr. Diamond, sir, but I thought you were on a sabbatical, sir.
I am, but this is something special. I want something.
So what's new? Oh, yes, sir. Anything you want, sir. You know you always get what you want, sir.
Henry, I want this university hour.
But, sir, I promised it to the students. Besides, I don't want to be accused of anti-Semitism.
Henry.
It's yours.
Thanks, son. I always get what I want. Now, I'll give it away. 'Cause Dick Noback, this is your life.
He's leaving now.
Wait till it comes down.
Have to go without him, I guess. Wait a minute. Dick Noback. Dick Noback, this is your life, April 14th, 1978. Dick, your life began in 1978, and today we will go back through the history of your life. We will go through a lot of the memorable events that took place, but first, we need to take a commercial for our sponsor, the Endocrine Lab.
Short people got no growth hormone. Short people got no growth hormone. Short people got no growth hormone.
Thank you, Endocrine Lab. Dick, think back. Think way back. The year is 1923. The month is November. The day is the 7th. Dick, do you know what happened during this year?
Why, no.
Dick, you should. Dick, on that day, you became the proud son of Gustav Joseph and Hazel Noback. You were born in a small town in eastern Virginia called Richmond. You had one brother and two sisters. But still, you were an only child. Your affluent family lived in one of Richmond's most stylish neighborhoods. Here you are with one of your imported nannies, as was customary in Richmond at that time. When the Depression hit, your family was unable to survive on Gustav Joseph's meager salary as an anatomist, so you took up painting houses like your mother did. And thus, you all survived. Of all your family members, Dick, the one who had the most influence in nurturing your interest in the field of medicine was your sensitive and caring mother. She was shy when we asked her to come here today, but she finally agreed to travel all the way from New York. Dick, here's your kind and gentle mother, Hazel. Have a seat over here.
Excuse me, Mother, but don't use that name in public.
Oh, Dickie Pooh.
Baby, what have they done to you? You look different. You look a lot older.
Hey, I like that purse you got there.
He brought it for me 20 years ago. Dickie Pooh, I told you medicine was no good for you. Why couldn't you have been a success like your brother, the hairstylist?
But Mother, it's been 20 long years since I last saw you, and may I say, you haven't changed that much.
20 years has it been that long? You know, you're fixing your hair differently now, and it looks like it has some gray in it.
Yes, I know. Somehow he manages to get into everyone's hair around here.
Dickie Pooh, have you remembered, after all these long years without my gentle prodding, to wash behind your ears?
Yes, Mother. After all those things you did to me, how could I ever forget?
Dickie, let's not bring those up here now. I have a second hygienic question for you. Have you remembered to comb your eyebrows? After all, they are your more distinguishing feature.
No, dearest Mother, but I have two excellent reasons why I did not. First, this is the latest style. And second, I left my comb in San Francisco. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Dick.
Would you mind getting some unfortunate person to escort my mother away from me? And might I add, another 20 years would not be too long.
But Dickie Pooh, I have one more important question to ask you. Do you remember what the K stands for? And besides, is this any way to treat your dear mother?
No to both questions. But in the case of the latter, I'll make an exception.
Thank you, Hazel. Dick, let's go back now. You remember that you attended Kitty College and Nursery Prep School where this picture was taken. You couldn't figure out why the rest of the class was so much younger than you. But you found the work challenging, so you were happy in these early years. At age 20, you decided there was more to life than just an education. You needed some experience, so you decided to service your needs and those of the country. You were in the Army from 1943 to 1946. You were in the Navy from 1946 to 1953. You were in the Air Force from 53 to 55, and the Marines from 55 to 57. Realizing that you had no future as a soldier, you decided to go back to college. But even the Fighting Illini remembered you were out of the service, so they transferred you to Cornell University, choosing medicine for a career. That university's medical school obliged in 1958 by selling him a degree, even predating it to 1957. New York officials soon discovered this, so you fled to Kentucky and shortly became assistant dean, plus 12 other superfluous titles. In the 1960s, with your growing family tagging along, you discovered Kansas City General Hospital, which had been lost for 5 years. The hospital's maintenance crew quickly elected you executive director, where you remained until 1969, when UMKC's acting medical school named you acting dean. By 1970, when the medical school became a reality, you had rubbed out all competition, so you were named the dean. Dick, tell me, is this story accurate so far?
Well, not exactly.
Think back, Dick, to early 1970, when, as a dean of a studentless school, rapid decisions had to be made. Do you remember when you interviewed the first applicant to the UMKC medical school? I think it went something like this.
As you may or may not know, this is a new and innovative program that only accepts those exceptional Missouri high school students and puts them in a position of responsibility. Therefore, only those that seem surprisingly mature for their station in life are admitted. Now, I have three major questions that I would like to ask you. First, what is your social security number?
Well, I don't think anyone back home ever told me.
Why, thank you very much for that in-depth response to my very superficial question. Next, I wonder if you could tell me why you would like to go into medicine.
Well, I'm from a small town in southern Missouri, and I just want to help people.
Why, thank you. Now,
I think it is the physicians who can best cure the ills that plague mankind.
that will be fine.
The fact that a radiologist can make $100 grand a year working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week has not entered my mind once.
Excuse me for interrupting that excellent answer, but you have triggered another thought. Could you tell me what field of medicine, realizing the limited exposure that you have at this point, that you would like to go into?
Pediatric nuclear radiology.
Thank you. Then you're ready for my third question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you find the door?
Yes, Dick, those were the days, weren't they? You were really a successful interview in those days.
Why, thank you for that flattering and, may I say, very accurate evaluation.
Quite all right. We'll be right back now from another word from the endocrine lab.
Diabetics got no insulin. Diabetics got no insulin.
What did you get her?
Thank you, sweetie. Well, Dick, you were not busy enough being the dean. So in 1976, you decided to become a docent also. Those were tedious times, especially the 3 months of docent rotation, or quote, do-row. You can probably still remember hearing your students complain of the following.
Week of Doro, my docent gave to me a patient that didn't speak English. On the second week of Doro, my docent gave to me
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the third week of Doro, my docent gave to me
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the fourth week of Doro, my docent gave to me 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the fifth week of Doro, my docent gave to me 5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the sixth week of Doro, my docent gave to me
6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the seventh week of Doro, my docent gave to me
7 consultations. 6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the eighth week of Doro, my docent gave to me
8 discharge summaries. 7 consultations. 6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the ninth week of Doro, my docent gave to me
9 of them waiting.
8 discharge summaries. 7 consultations. 6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the 10th week of Doro, my docent gave to me
10 clinic appointments.
9 of them waiting.
8 discharge summaries. Consultations.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the 11th week of Doro, my docent gave to me
11 databases.
10 clinic appointments.
9 of them waiting.
8 discharge summaries. 7 consultations. 6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English. On the 12th week of Doro, my docent gave to me
12 EKGs.
11 databases.
10 clinic appointments.
9 of them waiting.
8 discharge summaries. 7 consultations. 6 hours of bronze.
5 milligrams Valium, 4 CBCs
3 INOs.
2 clinitas.
and a patient that didn't speak English.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Dick, let's go back some more. 1976 also marked another major event. Your big movement to CMC, that is. The new hospital cost $400 million. The new hospital cost $400 million, of which you and your lovely wife voluntarily provided nearly half. Your spirit was contagious, like tuberculosis on the 4th floor. Why, for the first time in the school's history, students actually look forward to the docent rotation. They rallied around your new image, even going so far as calling themselves Dick's Team. Their motto was, Dick's Team handles itself well. You were especially pleased when they demanded more nights on call. After all, where else could you find a team with rhythm?
One, two, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. You take one patient, I'll take two. Yours looks pale, but mine looks blue. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. Surgeons on 3, nurses 4 and 5. Party of nation means they're alive. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. Come 6 and then come 7. If you go that far, you're on your way to heaven. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the wards tonight.
Yes, Dick. How you loved coming to 6:30 rounds and seeing the tired but smiling faces. And Dick, students even developed affectionate names for their patients, like Daffy, Zero, Dizzy, George, Charlotte, and other things like that, such as...
You ain't nothing but a gomer, complaining all the time. Ooh, you ain't nothing but a gomer, in ER all the time. Ooh, well, you don't ever use your bedpan and you ain't no friend of mine. You said you could pay me, and that was just a lie. Ooh, you ain't got no money. So I'm about to cry. Well, your clinic card's expired, so I'll send you to Blue 5. You ain't nothing but a gomer, complaining all the time. Oh, you ain't nothing but a gomer, in ER all the time. Well, you don't ever use your bedpan and you ain't no friend of mine. Ooh, yeah.
Yes, Dick. It's true that at times student-patient relationships were not ideal, at times even frustrating. But with your strong example to follow, the students managed. I'm sure they are all grateful.
We once had a dean, or should we say, he once had we. He built us a school, isn't it cool? Oh, what a jewel. He filled it with docents and students he put everywhere. He gave each an outfit arranged in a neat little square.
Where?
In Kansas City, here we are. We're in Kansas City, here we are. We got some doctors and some nurses here, giving out some free health care. We We got Ashby from England, Series from KU, the Deans from Pennsylvania, and Bill Beers from there too. We're in Kansas City, here we are. We got some doctors and some nurses here giving out some free health care. We got some doctors and some nurses here giving out some free health care.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Thank you. Come back.
Free health care? You think that the clinic is that bad, huh? Well, not that bad, but...
Didn't you have this organized?
Once again, free health care? You think the clinic is that bad?
Oh, Christ. I should have never graduated from this school. I'll tell you, I got the Wednesday blues. My head hurts, my stomach hurts, my butt hurts. I'm in so bad a shape. Come on, get out of here.
Oh, no, Steve, I've got a big problem.
I hope your patient doesn't have a high potassium.
No, he's got a rash, and I don't know what to do.
Well, what kind of rash?
I don't know, they all look the same, and you know, Dr. Durham always says if it's wet, dry it, if it's dry, wet it, whatever you do, treat it before it goes away. I don't know what to do.
Well, as I see it, you got no problem.
But you see, I don't know whether I should give you Durham number 1, Durham number 25, Durham number 9, Durham number 84.
Doesn't make any difference.
Why?
We don't have those anyway.
Great. Great help. Thanks.
That's true.
Wally?
Yeah.
I need your help.
Hope your patient doesn't have a potassium at 12, too.
No, I don't think so. It's a second-year student who's got the typical Wednesday night blahs, headache, stomach ache, a little bit of nausea.
Diplopia?
Yeah, that too. And I was just trying to figure out which antacid to use. So which one do you suggest?
Well, name me a few.
Well, we have, there could always be Gaviscon, Haldol.
That's a good one. Western Missouri.
Yes.
Overdose.
Tums, and then Mylanta.
Mylanta. Well, I think the best antacid is K-Lite.
I don't think we have that. We only have K-Lure.
Well, what about Mylanta?
I don't think we have that either, but let me check the formulary. I'll call the pharmacy. Hello, pharmacy?
Yes.
We don't have Mylanta anymore, do we?
Yes.
Yes, we do, or yes, we don't.
That means...
Yes, we have no Mylanta. Mylanta, we have none today. We did toxin-oretics, sympathomimetics. Mylanta they took away. We've got Molto for your colon to keep your stools from rolling. But yes, we have no Mylanta. Mylanta, we have none today. Yes, we have no Mylanta. Mylanta, we have none today. We've got antibiotics and even narcotics to take all your ills away. We can give you some oxytocin to get your uterus in motion. But yes, we have no Mylanta. Mylanta, we have none today.
Yes, Dick, no Mylanta, no K-Lite. What are we going to do here? Dick, since holding down 2 jobs at once was causing you to be guaiac positive, the differential diagnosis was between...
Excuse me.
Yes.
How did you know that?
Well, it's obvious. Well, I think the differential diagnosis should be between 1 or 2 ulcers. Without antacids for treatment, something had to change. You decided to stop moonlighting as the dean.
Resigning from an easy job with such good pay would seem difficult to explain to your wife. Dick, you have stated that the academic plan says 7 years as dean is enough. Some of the graduates have decided that, for them, 6 years is enough.
Dick Noback, please listen to me. I've come to you to beg for my degree. If you find my diploma, won't you please mail it to me? Don't bother putting stamps on it, I'll pay the COD. I'll pay it happily. Oh, tie a yellow rope around my stethoscope. It's been 6 long years, but I now have hope. It seems I've been in prison here for an eternity. To become a year 7 would probably deaden my curiosity, and there would be no future in this school for me. I rode around the stethoscope. I rode around the stethoscope.
Good day, students. Good day, docents. Good day, everyone. We're going to leave you now. Farewell, students. Farewell, docents. Hello, patients. We're going to treat you now.
Certainly hope you've enjoyed your university half hour. And this is actually a very important moment for me. I'd like to congratulate the people who made this show worthwhile, and that would be Joe Goldenberg, Alan Wasserman, Howard Schwartz.
Gary.
Close. Al's my very good friend. And Doug Schwartz. They worked very hard. It's very contemporary nowadays that we would make fun of people we honor people by making fun of them because they're so easy and fun to be around. But I think I'd like to change that today and be traditional and be very serious for just a few moments of your time. And I'd also like to borrow a well-known format by a commentator, Paul Harvey, on the rest of the story. And you all know what the rest of the story is, and that is that Dean Noback will be moving to the senior docentship at the head of Goal 5. But I'm not sure that all of you know what brought him up to that, and I would like to present to you our concept of Dean Noback the man. And as you look around the bricks that you see, I'm not sure that you all realize the tremendous hours that he spent in lobbying to get money to buy those bricks and build our school. And For all of the 8 to 5 people in this medical school, I'm sure when you left, you saw his car in his slot until the hours of 8 and 9 at night. And I'm sure that many of you know that he spent 6 years here without a vacation, not one vacation. And the moment that I remember the most was when he stood like a champion in front of a very shocked school to tell us that we had just been put on probation. And that takes a very special kind of man. And I would also like to congratulate him for not perjuring himself with academic double talk, which is something which is both encouraged and allowed in the school. And I would also like to say that there are some people who believe that moving from dean and to senior docentship is a step down, but for those patients that have missed the placement of his hands, and for those students that will benefit from his wisdom and experience, I'm sure that they await giving him an overdue welcome. And I would also like to say that there are some who believe that moving from a position of dean to docent, he will not survive. Well, I know that you will take this position with equanimity and enthusiasm, and I expect you to succeed. In grateful appreciation for being our dean and teacher of the graduating classes of UMKC.
Thank you very much. I was warned that there was going to be something of this type. It's hard really to say what a person feels or what I feel now or what I see Nan feels. We all have to be ourselves, even with such an excellent interpreter as the second dean here. Our entire family has felt very privileged to contribute to this school. What you've seen here in the talent of the students, of course, is why all of us are in academic medicine. You are the future. You are tremendously talented individuals. You're very fine students. We're all tremendously proud of you. We share in building the beginning of a new school. All of us here are setting a tradition. We're setting expectations. We're delivering on our own internal expectations. Chris, with respect to your comment about docenting, I agree with that part of your remarks which says that, or which said that it's a change in role. I welcome it. I helped write the academic plan, which makes it normal for a dean's role to change here in 7 years. That's expected, it's healthy, it's fine. I think my final comment is to express to each of you, I know for Nan and I know for the rest of our family, our very real appreciation for being a part of this. We look forward to continue being a part of it. We'll always remember this half hour of university hour. I appreciate the effort that you went to tremendously. I'm not an emotional person, so it's characteristic for Dan and me to try to say things fairly simply and fairly straight. We appreciate it tremendously. Thank you.